Organ. Organ is part of your body that has a specific function, like your brain, your liver, and stomach. Imagine getting through a day without your heart or your liver. The human body has 78 different organs. The largest is the skin and is necessary for survival. The human body consists of 5 vital organs that they cannot live without. These organs include the brain, the heart, the liver, the kidney, and the lungs. The system is an association of organs that have a common function. There are 11 major systems in the human body, including digestion, nervous, endocrine, circulatory, respiratory, unitary, reproduction, muscular, lymphatic, skeletal, and integumentary system. Systems are the most complex of the component unit of the human body. An acronym for these major systems are known as MIS. Crawler. Other functions are the psychological or physiological function of body system. The body functions are ultimately its cells function. Survival is the most important business. Survival depends on the body maintaining or restoring homeostasis. Homeostasis is a state of relative constancy of its internal environment. More than a century ago, French psychologist Claude Bernard, 1813 to 1878, made a remarkable observation. He noted that body cells survive in a healthy condition only when the temperature, pressure, and chemical composition of their environment remain relatively constant. Later, an American psychologist, Walter B. Cannon, 1871 to 1945, suggested the name homeostasis for the relative constant state maintained by the body. Homeostasis is a key word in modern psychology. It comes from two Greek words, homo meaning the same and stasis meaning standing. Standing or staying the same. Then is the literal meaning of homeostasis. However, as Cannon emphasized, homeostasis does not mean something set and immobile that stays exactly the same all the time. In his own words, homeostasis means a condition that may vary, but which is relatively constant. Homeostasis depends on the body successfully carrying on many activities. Its major activities or function are responding to changes in the body environment, exchanging materials between the environment and cells, metabolizing food, and integrating all of the body diverse activity. The body's ability to perform many of its functions changes gradually over the years. During childhood, body function gradually becomes more and more efficient and effective. During late maturity and old age, the opposite is true. They gradually become less and efficient and effective. During young adulthood, they normally operate with maximum efficiency and effectiveness. Characteristics of life. All living organisms have certain characteristics that makes them differ from non-living organisms. Mr. Niger D gave the basic process of life in an organism. 1. Organization, metabolism, responsiveness, movement, and reproduction. There is an additional requirement who represent the most of complex form of life, in human, such as growth, differentiability, respiration, digestion, excretion. All these processes are interrelated. No part of the body, from the smallest cell to the complete system, works alone. All of them functions together in an adjustment balance for the well-being of the individual and to maintain life. Now, let's take a moment to elaborate on each of these characteristics. 1. Organization. In organizations too, there is a division of labor between each component to perform a specific function in cooperation with each other. This organization of life has a chain. Atom. What is an atom? Atoms are made up of smaller particles. As you know, about 99% of your body is made up of atoms, such as hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Your body also contains much smaller amount of other elements that are also essential for life. Molecule. In the chain we have molecule. Molecule is a group of 2 or more atoms from the same element held together by chemical bond. For instance, when 2 oxygen atoms are combined, a molecule of oxygen gas is being formed. Macromolecules are very large molecules, such as protein. They are the product of smaller molecules like protein, lipids, and carbohydrates. Note, another name for macromolecule is polymer. Organelle is a structure or part that is enclosed within its own membrane inside a wall and has a particular function. Note, organelles are found only in eukaryotic cell and absent from the cell of prokaryotic, such as bacteria. In the chain of organization, we also have cells, tissue, organ, and system, and organism, which we explained before. In the characteristics of life, we have metabolism. Metabolism is essentially a collection of chemical reactions occurring within the body or cell. This reaction that occurs varies in form and function, but promotes processes such as protein synthesis, chemical digestion, cell division, or energy transformation, because metabolism includes reactions that link to other characteristics. Metabolism is in 2 phases. One is catabolism, in which complex substances are broken down into simplest building blocks and energy is being released. The other phase is anabolism, which is involved in the construction of complex substances from simpler ones. Responsiveness is the ability of an organism to adjust to change in its internal and external environment. An example of external responsiveness includes moving towards source of food and water and away from perceived danger. Note, responsiveness is also called irritability. Some organisms show external movement as well. They can walk, example, the human walk, flying, birds fly, swimming, the fishes, they do swim. There are many types of movement within the body. On the cellular level, molecules move from one place to another in the body. Blood moves from one part of the body to another. The diagram moves with every breath. The ability of muscle fiber to shorten. Reproduction is the ability of an organism to give birth to their newborns. For most people, reproduction simply refers to the formation of a new person, the birth of a baby. In this way, life is transmitted from one generation to the next through reproduction of an organism. Reproduction also refers to the formation of new cells for the replacement and the repair of old cells, as well as for growth. Growth refers to an increase in size, either through an increase in the number of cells or through an increase in the size of each individual cell. In order for growth to occur, anabolic processes must occur at a faster rate than catabolic processes. Differentiation is a developmental process by which unspecialized cells change into specialized cells with distinct structural and functional characteristics. Through differentiation, cells develop into tissues and organs. Respiration refers to all the processes involved in the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the cells and the external environment. It includes ventilation, the diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide, and the transport of the gases in the blood. Circular respiration deals with the cell's utilization of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide in its metabolism. For instance, we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Digestion is the process of breaking down complex ingested food into simple molecules that can be absorbed into the body and utilized by the body. Excretion is the process that removes the waste product of digested and metabolism from the body. It gets rid of byproducts that the body is unable to make use of, many of which are toxic and harmful to the body.
It's called covalent.
nsc102. Our topic today is between the indigenous population and the white intruders. Example, because one, they listen to sign language.
Ma, please explain, who are the Semitic people?
The Semitic people are the descent of San and Shan, which are the sons of Noah. That is all.
Encompassing imperative, functional,